This is Leadership Plus. I'm Dave Edwards. Running an effective meeting in person can be very challenging, but running an effective online meeting brings about even more challenges. In the book Speed Lead by author Kevin Hall, he states that one survey showed that only 23% of managers give their full attention during conference calls, while 25% deal with their email and 27% did other work. Now remember, that's managers who are saying that. They're the ones supposed to be running the meetings. Well, there's all sorts of distractions for in-person meetings. But, when you think about it, there's even more distractions if you are working from home. I mean, just take a look around here. If I was on a meeting here, I've got other paperwork to look at. I've got my phone. I can look at pictures of my grandkids. A lot of distractions. And it's your job as a manager to make sure that people are still engaged, whether they are in person or whether they are working at home. There are a lot of different services that you can use for teleconferencing, and as Microsoft has Teams, there's Zoom, there's plenty others out there. You should use the one that works best for you. Each one has pretty much the same features, but a few do a few more add-on things, like send out reminders of meetings. Now, this one is very important. It's something I harp on all the time. You have to have an agenda to have a good meeting. If you don't have an agenda, you're just having a conversation that will bounce around from point A to point B. An agenda keeps you on task, and it also keeps your staff focused on what needs to be talked about. And at the end of a meeting like that, make sure someone summarizes what has been talked about, who has been assigned to certain projects, and what the deadlines might be. When you're having an online meeting, make sure there's a little fun time at the beginning. People get a chance to get caught up, maybe discuss what they did over the weekend or something about their hobbies or talk about their grandkids. That social time is very important. People who work remotely miss a certain amount of social interaction, so you want to make sure that it's there for them. You want to keep people engaged. One way you can do that, of course, is to use visuals if they're pertinent to the discussion. And if you get the vibe that someone is fading out and not participating in the discussion, don't be afraid to call on them and get their opinion about whatever you're discussing. Keep in mind meeting etiquette. It's especially important for teleconference meetings. You want to speak clearly. You want to look at the camera. I've been on a lot of meetings, and you probably have too, where the camera's there, but you're looking at your image, and it just doesn't look good. And mute your microphone when you're not speaking. While I believe that everyone should keep their own notes at meetings, it's not a bad idea to circulate meeting notes so that in case someone missed something, they can get caught up on a deadline or information relating to a project. And finally, avoid too many and too long teleconference meetings. I mean, meetings in person can go on too long, but a meeting online, because of the distractions and all of the other issues, can just seem like they go on forever. When you've finished your agenda items, when you've dealt with all the important topics, adjourn the meeting and move on. That's today's Leadership Plus. I'm Dave Edwards. Please like the video, subscribe, leave a comment below if you are so inclined. And if you'd like more information on management, productivity, and leadership issues, I have plenty more for you at my website, daveedwardsmedia.com.